Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. Now, most of my gaming I do on PC, but I have occasionally ventured out onto consoles, and my favorite of those has to be the Nintendo Wii. Sure, some of the motion controls could be a bit janky, but it gave you something you just couldn't get from a mouse and keyboard. I wouldn't have put all those hours into Wii Sports if it was WASD controls. So, it's only fair, really, that a Wii game ended up making my top 10 list. Now, what was that game? Well, it wasn't the aforementioned Wii Sports. It was something a little different. It was New Super Mario Bros. Wii. It's a game that's really stuck with me over the years. I first played it as a teenager, coming back after school, and it's such a great game to gather around and play with your friends. Probably won't be any footage for this as I'm not set up to record on Wii and not even sure if my Wii is still about anymore. But I'll do some drawings to try and keep it interesting. So this is one of the classic Mario games. Lets you platform your way through various levels, finding coins and secrets while you race to the flag at the end. It's a 1 to 4 player game, so player one takes control of Mario, and then the others get to choose between Luigi and the blue and yellow toads. And Blue Toad is absolutely hands down the best character. Not functionally any different, but just clearly the best and always my go-to. You get quite attached to your character by the end. It's quite funny. I wouldn't want to switch around. So what how the game works for those of you who aren't familiar with Mario, you work your way through 8 different worlds. So there's all the levels in the world. You face like a boss halfway through and at the end, and the bosses you have to face are basically all of Bowser's extended family. Everyone is here, and then at the end you have to come up against Bowser himself. So you get all the classic things that you may know or have heard of from Mario games, like all the mushroom power-ups, the themed levels. You have the water world, the desert world that play slightly differently. But you also get some cool new moves that take advantage of the Wii's motion controls. So a lot of frantic shaking of the remote. You can shake to do a spin in midair, and that extends your jump. So you end up frantically shaking in panic because you've just misjudged a jump and you need to try and get that extra distance. It also, like, when you die and respawn, you float back in a bubble and you have to shake to try and free yourself. Um, and while you have to like knock into your teammates to pop the bubble. So if it's anything like the people I play with, they're dodging around, trying not to let you back in. And that was another really fun part of the game, oddly enough. Although you were playing co-op, 4 players to beat the level, there was loads of ways you could mess with each other and annoy each other and still get, you know, work against each other a little bit. You could pick people up and throw them. So obviously you would chuck them into enemies and off the edge and just at any inopportune moment, really. You could pick up like projectiles, so like the shells from the Cooper troops or whatever, and lob those at your friends. You could race each other for the cool power ups, so you'd get them and they wouldn't. Or you could just race ahead in the level because the screen you only had the one screen. It didn't do like split screen. So if somebody raced ahead, everybody else got dragged along, whether you were ready for that or not. It also made for a great drinking game when I was in uni. You could like take a drink when you died, and that would be so much fun. And made it all the more worthwhile to chuck somebody off the edge. It made for a great distraction from studying. I think in the end, me and my one of my housemates who I'd play with all the time, we beat the game twice through to 100%. And that meant finding all the star coins and beating all the bonus levels. You got this like nap up saying, you have done absolutely everything now. There's nothing left. Nothing left for you, except there was because we just played it again. um, so yeah, I think that's a testament to the game in itself. I've absolutely played it to death, but I'd still happily go back and pick it up again. Yeah. So in summary, I guess there's all different flavors of Mario. Who hasn't heard of Mario? And everybody probably loves some kind of Mario game. You might like to kart around in Mario Kart, another classic. Maybe you like to play Mario Party and love all those ridiculous mini games. But I think for me, the best choice will always be the platforming and coming back to the Super Mario Bros. Itself. You just can't beat the classic formula.